Alright. Questions to ask a recruiter. Kind of an important one. Obviously, the first is going to be rate. What is the rate of pay? For non CDL and CDL. Also, what is CDL? Not commercial driver's license. At what point does the company deem a trailer to be a CDL unit? My company last month, a 12,001 a 12,000 GVWR, yes, GVWR unit was considered CDL. So in theory, if a person without a driver's license was driving a newer 1-ton, say a 2013 and newer, where the GVWR is 14 on the truck, 14 and 12 is 26. They could legally drive that down the road, no worries. And my company would pay the CDL rate to the non-CDL driver. Now, things have changed, and for whatever reason, now 15,000 GVWR is the new CDL rate. There's a couple other companies out there. They're at 16, one's at 16.5. So, find out. On top of your pay, say you have an older truck. Say 2011 or 2010, or we'll just make it simple. Say you have a 3/4 ton truck, and that GVWR is 10,000. So in theory, a trailer could be 16,000 GVW, 10 and 16 is 26, where you go down the road. Find out, say their CDL unit is considered at 12,000 GVWR. If you take that, are you going to get paid the CDL rate, or are you going to get paid non-CDL rate? Because I will say this, back when I started at Horizon, the GVW on my truck was 10,000, and I've hauled a lot of 16,000 campers. And never got paid the extra CDL bonus. However, Horizon collected for it, but I damn sure didn't get it. So, that's something to find out. I no longer work at Horizon. Anyway, find out. So now you got rate of pay, what's CDL pay, find out what your shuttle fees are. More on that in a minute, I'm getting ahead of myself. Find out what the pay is. Let's just say non-CDL bumper pull trailer to Texas, and what is the pay to Washington State, and what does that same trailer pay going to New York? Because there's a company out there that will pay 3 different rates for that very trailer going to them 3 places. They have this desire to pay less to go south because, quote, the fuel is cheaper, or everybody just wants to run that way. So if you're going to run south, you got to take a pay cut. Now, the company's not getting paid any less by the manufacturer, because the manufacturer sets the rate. The manufacturer says, you want to haul our stuff, you haul it for X price. So, for you guys who drive for Indiana Transport, Wave, Horizon, I know those 3 do it. All you're doing is adding to their pocket by taking a south load. If you guys would actually all get together and not take a single fucking south load, they'd up the rate, because they got to get it moved. If they don't get it moved, well, a different company comes in and takes your freight and hauls it. So anyway, shuttle fees. Find out what these are. My company, it's $25. Most companies are $25. Some are $30, some are $35. There's one company who has 3 different fees for a shuttle fee. I'm not going to mention that company. But anyway, if you take a unit up to 299 miles, it's X dollar amount. From 300 to 999 miles, it's another amount. And from 1,000 miles and more, it's another amount. I think the increase is around $10 an increase. So, not really the end of the world, but it is stupid and dumb as fuck. Because, say it's a Salem travel trailer, and knowing where their yard is, no, we'll go with a Hemisphere, because they haul a lot of Forest River product. That shuttle driver is taking it from the plant at Century Drive and going 4/10 of a mile to the yard. And if one is going to Hamilton, Ohio, the shuttle fee's X dollar amount. He goes and gets the second one, puts it in the yard. And that one's going to Missouri. That one's a little bit higher. And then he picks up the third one, and that one's going to Turlock, California. That one's going to be the most. I haven't understood why the shuttle fee is like that. Because the shuttle driver didn't drive that unit going to California any further than he drove the one that was going to Hamilton, Ohio. He went the same distance from A to B. But yet the driver's getting penalized and getting more money taken out of his pocket for a higher shuttle fee. I guess this is kind of a rant and a what to ask. So, for those of you who don't know what a shuttle fee is, that is what a company pays a driver, not a owner-operator, but a set shuttle driver, to go to the plant, pick up units, and bring them to the yard. 9 times out of 10, you'll never go get your unit from the plant. There will be an occasion that you will, but more often than not, you won't. The plants don't want us in there. For the real simple fact is, I know of drivers who have taken loads out of our yard, drove to delivery, just to find out they grabbed the wrong trailer. Now, in that case, it only screwed another driver. But say company A sends in a driver, he grabs a unit, takes off with it. Well, company B goes to get that same trailer, but company A done took it. So not only did you screw a driver, but you all screwed a company as well. Other part is these units got to be shuttled and out of the bullpen, off the lot at the plant by 3-4 o'clock. So they're wanting, everyone's in a hurry. And some of these guys, you look at some of their equipment and you can tell guys who, they got a big old dent on the back left or the back right because at some point he wasn't smart enough to realize I should not be on this road. Hit a patch of ice and here come the trailer. Or he was just driving on ice to begin with the whole time. And finally, trailer broke traction, truck broke traction, and around comes the trailer. So, ask about shuttle fee, ask about your rate, CDL rate. Ask about how are you paid. Some companies you call, they will give you an advance, 50% up front when you hang the phone up. Some companies, they'll give you that advance once you come up, hook up to the unit, and you clear the yard. Now, to take that a step further, if your trip is 2,000 miles, you got to be at least 500 miles away, because what the company does, instead of giving you half of that trip, they break it into 3 payments. So you'll get a quarter when you clear the gate. When you're 500 miles away, they'll give you the second quarter. So that quarter and quarter is a half. And then when you deliver and send in your paperwork, you'll get your back half. Every company does things just a little different for whatever reasons. Some companies, when you pick up your bill of lading, they will give you your money then. Some of them, when you hang the phone up, they'll give you your money then. But find out which way it is. Some companies, there's some of these smaller companies. There's one in Shipshewana. Actually, there's a couple in Shipshewana. As soon as you book the load and you go to pick up your paperwork, he pays you 100%. Bam, there it is. I mean, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying it's good. I like my fuel card. I like paying $2.40 for a gallon of diesel when the sign says $3.15. So every company uses either ComData or EFS, or not every company. The majority of the companies use ComData or EFS, and that's how they load your money. With that card, you usually get a fuel discount, and it's a pretty significant discount. No one company can just flat out say that they have the best fuel discounts out there, because really and truly, every company is anywhere from 12 to 60 cents depending on where you're at in the country and what fuel stop that day is giving a good discount. Team RV Express. If you want to haul Canada, that's the company to do it. He pays you once a week. To me, that's bullshit. He's running his business on your money. Also, you will see they've got ads that they're the highest paid in the industry. Bullshit. They're right in the middle. He can't say he's the highest when his U.S. rate's $1.50 and $1.70. Hell, our cheapest trailer's $1.73 and our CDL is $1.91. So, there we are. Anyway, this one's getting kind of long, so I probably ought to wrap it up. Rates, shuttle fees. Find out about yard availability. My company, our yards are 24/7 as long as there isn't weather being an issue, a safety issue. Some yards at some places, they're not 24/7. They're there till midnight, or they're there till 1, or they're there till 10. Find out. Also, Horizon, on the bill of lading or somewhere on the paperwork, they got this bullshit that you cannot sleep in Goshen on their property. And they even say per city ordinance. That's bullshit. I'll say it's bullshit. Fucking find a Goshen cop and ask him. Because if it was in city ordinance that we couldn't sleep on private property, because that's funny, it's private property. There's no ordinance that says you can't sleep on private property, because the city doesn't dictate what happens to private property. Anyway, Horizon just doesn't want you sleeping at the Goshen lot. They're just not man enough to say, hey, in the past we've had problems with guys throwing diapers or piss bottles or trash or whatever it is. So they just, oh, it's against the city ordinance. Because, well, I sleep in my yard in Goshen all the time. Haven't got a ticket for it, haven't been run off. Company hasn't said, hey, you can't do that. No, plenty of other transport companies in Goshen who let their drivers sleep in their lots. It's kind of a real good way to keep your shit from being stolen. But whatever. So some of these companies will, they lie and there's no reason to lie. So it is what it is. Well, boy, this is my longest video yet. So anyway, you got some rant. I'm in a mood today. It's been a Monday. I've had a fucking flat tire that I got to pay for on this goddamn rent a truck. And it just crawls up my ass sideways. And anyway. So anyway, back to what you need to ask. Rates, shuttle fee, yard availability, damage deposit. Some companies require $1,000, some require $2,000, some everything in between. This is required by everybody, every company you go to, so it's not that big a deal. Don't freak out. They take it out typically 10% of each load until it's paid in full. Now, the biggest thing of all, take 10% out of every single load that you haul and put that in a savings account. It will save your ass at some point. If you don't do this, you will fail in this. I don't give a shit how well you manage money. If you do not have a maintenance fund or a repair savings account, you will fail. I can't stress it enough. A lot of guys will lose a transfer case. They don't have $3,000. Well, if you've been saving 10% of every load for the last 3 years, you got well over $3,000 in there. All you gotta do, get a card, get an ATM card or get a debit card, and then when that breakdown happens, you just swipe it and boom, it's gone. But that was the point of the account, was to save the money for the repair that is going to happen. Listen to me. I don't give a shit how well you take care of things. They break. Period. May not break in 3 years. It might break in year 4. It's going to break. Nothing lasts forever. So, rates, shuttle fee, yard availability, damage deposit. How do you send in your paperwork? Can you cam scan it? Does it have to be transflowed? If it's transflowed, is there a fee associated? More than likely there is, which is bullshit. They should let you cam scan it. That's free. Transflow costs $5. Another way for them to dig in your pocket. Anyway, this is a tough racket to get into. It's a tough racket to survive in. If you don't have some hustle in you and you can't manage money and you don't trust your significant other, you will fail in this. Anyway, we're going on 18 minutes, so it'll probably take 3 days to upload this. To my 5 subscribers that are out there, I can't see who y'all are, but y'all are the true heroes. So, I appreciate it. I don't really put this page out there. It's just kind of something I started, and then a bunch of other people jumped in, and they're real tech savvy, and they got thousands of followers. If I knew what I was doing in this deal, I probably would have had thousands of followers long before them. But it is what it is. I enjoy this. Gives me something to do. Anyway, peace out.